Live from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at the Rocky Top Sports Complex, it's the 2019 National Athletic Association of Private Schools 11-man All-American Game. Players from all over the nation have come here to Gatlinburg in the Smoky Mountains to participate in one last game for their school year, and for some of these men on the field, their last game of their high school career. And what better place to do it than on a national stage? Good afternoon, everybody. Spencer Thompson and Isaiah Austin just called the 8-man game, ready to do our first 11-man game that we've ever called before, unless you've called one I didn't know about. But it's going to be a fantastic spectacle to see all of these people. Coach Bobby Carr of Atauga Academy leading the home team Stripes, and Coach Scott Willis leading Team Stars, and Team Stars, of course. Team Stars led by a coach from Georgia, Force Christian, and away we go in the 11-man game, and we will have a return. Here's a right side rush to the 27-yard line, and the return easy. A lot of good stories to look forward to, especially at the quarterback position, Isaiah. Yeah, definitely. And we got a lot of firepower here with these guys. You know, we had Colby Fields went down to the 8-man game to fill in for a position. Besides that, quarterback position, probably the most stacked position here in this game. Yeah, Colby Fields primarily played 11-man football on the year. Went down to the 8-man football game to fill that missing position. So it just shows the kind of skill of how he can adapt to changes. Definitely, and he was running that offense. And here's left side rush, number 8. Number 8 down the sideline, easy, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown for the Stars. But there is a flag pending the touchdown. That is it looks like it was Patrick McGee who originally got that touchdown. We'll get the call.
We got a holding on the offense, number 64, 10 yards from the penalty. We play first down.
So holding drawn back, that was Brad Thomas on the hold. And regardless of the penalty, that was way too easy for McGee. You know, maybe the penalty got him through that first line, that hold, but that was all him from that point on, and there is just no excuse for the defense to give a play like that. But good initial burst and great play by McGee to score a touchdown, but it's called back. It's an unfortunate play called back there. Hopefully they can work on those mistakes. Even though it is the All-Star game, they'll hopefully be able to work on those mistakes going forward. Yeah, and for a lot of these guys, as we talked about a little bit in the game before this is their first action in a couple months. Some of them even more than that. So it's going to be important to see how they adapt to it in this game. Here's first down, reset. Motion, handoff right side. And brought down in the backfield. It's fumble recovery, turned over on downs. How quickly a game's momentum can change. You get a 75-yard touchdown run on the first play of the game. Penalty calls it back, and a fumble in the backfield by the QB. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication with the slot receiver and the quarterback. Causes the fumble, and that's a red zone drive for the Stripes. That looks like it was a fumble. The fumble recovery. It was good awareness by, looked like number 70. I think number 70. There it is. Henry Franks. Henry Franks getting the recovery on that one. First down and 10. Here goes Trip Carr. Right side. Out of bounds at the 20. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3, second and 13. You know, in a game like this where win or lose, it's more about the experience of the game. You really don't want to hurt yourself and set yourself back. Because for a lot of these guys, I'd say, what would you say, 60, 70% of this entire roster are seniors. Last game of their career unless they decide to play in college ball. You don't want to hurt yourself. Get out of bounds and continue this game. Now, they actually put it back at the line of scrimmage, a yard short of it, so second down and 11. Motion. Carr, flag thrown. It's like maybe an illegal motion on the offense.
We got a false start on offense, number 95. 5-yard penalty, remain second.
So they call a false start there on the Stripes. I believe they said Elijah Elmore was called for the penalty. the senior out of Watauga Academy, one of the 11-man private school clubs that has performed very well. As there's a ball loose in the back, can't get it, and it's recovered by the Stars.
Back-to-back fumbles for the offenses. Both defenses coming out strong, but offenses have been a little flat so far. Let's see if the Stars can pick it back up. As again, we're looking at the replay here. Looks like just another miscommunication on this side. Looks like the snap maybe hit him in the shoulder. Flips back, and running back not able to recover in that situation.
That's a recovery by 25, Blake Bryant. Blake Bryant getting the fumble recovery on there. And just 2 turnovers immediately. 1st and 10 on the 36. Handoff. Up the middle, attempted rush by Patrick McGee.
Yeah, Patrick McGee once again going up the middle. They're going to rely on him tonight to get their yardage. If you missed it, 75-yard touchdown run, but was called back on a hold. Still an excellent run, and he's definitely going to be a threat for the Stars in this one.
Here's 2nd down. Scrambles. Up the middle. Good awareness there by Jabe Daw.
You know, in a situation like that, it's easy for a spectator to blame the line. But to me, it looks like they're giving him plenty of time to pass it. It looks like the secondary that's coming up and getting these stops. Surveys, can't find a receiver open, tries to take it, but at that point, the defensive line had caught him. Right up the middle, stopped him at the line of scrimmage for 3rd down.
Of course, Jabe Daw out of Escambia Academy, one of the many seniors here at the All-American game. So lob to the right, rush again. I feel like we're going to call his name plenty of times to the 45-yard line, Patrick McGee. Just a connection easy from his teammate quarterback from Escambia.
Yeah, relying on McGee early this game. Escambia was a very, very strong team this year, and he's had the opportunity to touch the ball all throughout the season, rely on, and their record is a show for it. A lot of guys from that school here.
So now 4th down and 2. Here's a fake pitch, actual pitch up the middle.
He may have gotten it, and he may be across.
McGee, they're going to call him for a 1st down.
I think it's hard not to give him the 1st down in that situation because maybe his knee touched, but as a referee with no replay, you got to give him that 1st down. That's where he landed.
So 1st down and 10 on the 48. First and 10. Here's Daw, the man to both sides, hands it off. I think that's McGee again. Or actually, they hand it off this time to Seth McClure, number 27, the junior out of Georgia Forest Christian. Gets a gain of 3 yards for 2nd and 7.
And they're mix and matching this offense already, making sure guys are fresh and ready to play, and making sure guys get playing time.
Now 2nd down and 7. Fake handoff, quarterback keep, up to the 50, helmet out, loses a yard on the play, 3rd down and 8.
Looks like a little scuffling going on. Usually when a helmet comes off, you see a little bit of scuffle happen on the field, but able to stay controlled, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
Right on the 50-yard line for 3rd down and 8. Coach Scott Willis from Georgia Forest Christian working up the next play for the Stars to do. Georgia Forest Christian having a good season this year. Third down and 8. Scramble, toss right, catch. Down to the 40-yard line. get the reception there for 18. That's Boone Lassiter. Boone Lassiter from the NOAA Jaguars, homeschool organization out of Oklahoma, gets a good catch there.
You see the quarterback going into his progressions. Didn't even finish the progressions because he saw Lassiter wide open about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Hit him, fell back for the first down, and they got this drive rolling.
Keeping it running here with 10 minutes left in the first. Rush to the left. It's Cameron Chambers. Chambers to the left side from Tallulah Academy. Out of bounds for a first down at the 29-yard line.
It was a great run, but there was a pretty blatant hold on the outside that I thought they got away with. Either way, great run, and this defense has to be exhausted at this point. This is a strategy. Most of these guys have not played football in 2 months. So what are you going to do? Keep your guys fresh, keep running the football, and make them stop you. That's what they've shown so far tonight or this afternoon for the Stars.
9 yards short of the red zone. Ball handed off, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No room for Bobby Payne to run. Second down.
And met by the defense. Offensive line having a little bit of trouble here with these inside runs so far. Maybe look to fake the handoff and pull it out and look for a bootleg or a play-action pass. And as I was talking about in the 8-man game as well, bootleg has to be my favorite play. And I think it works tremendous, especially when teams are committing to the run like the Stripes have so far.
2nd and 9. Here's Daw. Scrambles. Brought down in the backfield. Big sack made by 52 Tayon Smith, the senior out of Good Valley Christian.
Yeah, and this defense finally coming up with some stops. One more, and you could put this offense into a tough situation.
Excuse me, that's Grand Valley Christian, the Patriots. A 6'3 defensive end getting that big sack there for 3rd down and 12. Third down and 12. Is a quarterback keep. Just back to the line of scrimmage, and now 4th down on the 31.
And because they ran that play, it's pretty obvious that they're going to be going for it and not trying a field goal here. Unless they're bringing the unit in. It seems like a strange play to run on 3rd down unless you're going for it on 4th.
So we'll see. For 11-man football is much more known for its kickers, and we'll see. We'll see for the Stars. They've got Ethan Connor to hold from all the way from I think South Carolina actually. So a good distance for him to Gatlinburg, and to kick is number 28, Christian Rivera, the junior out of Georgia Force Christian. And the kick is up between the uprights.
Like he drilled it.
Perfect arc. 3-0. The 3-0. And see if I could get the back end of that field goal there. It's right there.
Yeah, that is looks like it's a 47-yard field goal.
47-yard field goal. 3-0. The Stars lead over the Stripes. .7:18 left to go in the first. 3-0. The Stars got that about 42-yard field goal and kicked away. And muffed in the back of the end zone. We'll have to return this. He's trying to reverse around. He stuffed it about the 4-yard line. That looked like it was an attempted return by 29. So he did.
Probably should have let it go back into the end zone. Then it would have been a dead ball. And, I mean, Chief called, and he said that wasn't it.
Yeah, there was not an actual 29 on the roster there. So it looked like it may have been maybe 24 to Sean Wright.
Oh, it's
returned, and
why are they taking it at the 20?
We'll get the call maybe from the official.
That's not right. That can't be right. He took it out of the end zone for sure. He touched it before it went into the end zone.
That's interesting. I'm surprised that they.
That can't be right.
Well, first down from the 20-yard line regardless. Right side run to the 25. Can't get the scrum to move forward. Second down and 5.
And the Stars have really been holding their own so far in this ball game. The Stripes are going to need to do something and do something quick. You can tell that this Stars team definitely wants to slow the game down and make it melodic. If you're the Stripes team, you've shown in the first drive that you can be dynamic. Let's see some big plays. Let's see this pace sped up to see some more points on the board from this Stripes team. And I mean it's too early to tell, but what we've seen so far is that's likely going to be their answer in this one.
Second and 4. 26-yard line, handoff, left side rush. Gets to about the first down marker. That's number 5. Trying to see the jersey number from here, unless they changed something on the roster for us. It looks like Ash in the last name. Darian Ashley, senior from I think Atauga Academy. Got a good rush. First down and 10 on the 30. Pass right side. Catch made. Easy reception for Isaiah Eppinger, the senior. Gets a good catch and move the chains for a first down. That was a pass by Israel Reed.
Able to move the chains.
First and 10 on the 42. Handoff. Left side. Here's another rush. It's like Darren Ashley wearing number 5. It's to the left. A gain of about 2 yards. Second down and 8.
Yeah, and this offense has been putting together a pretty good drive, but man, this game has to be different than many other All-American and All-Star type games that we've seen in the past. These teams are really in it to win it, and they're slowing it down. They're trying to play their brand of football that they've developed this week and come out with a win for these seniors.
Second down and 8. Seniors, of course, not just playing for the scouts in attendance, playing for their last game of their high school career. Deep pass right side. Does he find his man? Incomplete. Brilliant coverage on the right side to prevent the pass.
Excellent coverage.
That was a big play by Blake Bryant. And one of those moments where you need a replay, and we got one.
See, he drops back. He finds his man, and it looked like he was open. He had caught the ball, but defender just came in and swatted it out of his hands, and that's going to be incomplete, bringing up a third down. This defensive secondary is really putting this offense in a tough position. Third
down and 8. Fakes the handoff. Trying to find someone to connect to. Right side, he finds his man. Brilliant catch. That's 85. That's Dominique. Looking for his number here. That's Dominique Webster. Number 88, the junior out of Otaga Academy. Big reception for a first down.
Yeah, and you see him with a diving catch, putting it all on the line. You love to see that, and especially in a game like this.
Rush up the middle. Darian Ashley again for 2.
Yeah, Darian Ashley, the defense has his number right now, but you expect him very, very stocky and quick back. You know, those two things don't usually go together, but for him they do. He's a state recognized player, very I think nationally as well. I could be incorrect, but he's really shown out this season, and I'd expect him to get a lot more touches in this one and an opportunity to show himself.
Ball on the 40-yard line. Another attempted pass. Brought down in the backfield for a sack. Big play by 33. Big play by 33 of the Stars. That's James Ballinger Jr. from the NOAA Jaguars.
Yeah, that was a good stop. Once again, another third down. Can the defense stop him? Let's find out.
Third down and 12 as the offense is trying to get something going here.
It'll be interesting to see what they do on this play. It's likely that they'll go through the air.
Stripes and Coach Bobby Carr, Otaga Academy head coach, has something planned here for third down and 12. Got 3 men on the right. Left side, incomplete pass, overthrew his man. He's intending it for Ashley. Now fourth down.
Yeah, and he had plenty of time to get that ball off. He has. I don't think he's left the pocket today, but there he just overshot his man just a little bit, and it's resulting in a fourth down. I wouldn't be surprised if they played the field position game here and tried to set him back with a punt.
Especially from the 43-yard line, it's more likely they'll go for the punt here. Not seeing anybody different coming out this time around. Israel Reed in the shotgun. Scrambles, looking for someone to toss to. Excuse me, that's not Reed, but it's on the right side. Incomplete. Brilliant coverage. That's Trey Pusha on the coverage. Turnover on downs. Just couldn't get Trip Carr, just couldn't get the pass off.
How did he get that ball 50 yards down the field on the run? That was a tremendous pass.
The turnover on downs for first and 10.
On the defense, number 42, first down.
It's still in their possession. It's still in their possession, roughing the passer.
Oh, wow.
So,
but it was the punter, wasn't it?
No, he didn't punt it off. He tossed it on the right
fake
side.
Punt. Yeah, roughing the punter.
Fake punt, but technically passer, but 15 yards, 15 yards automatic first down for him. So, lucky break for Team Stripes.
Yeah, and they can continue to march down the field in what's been a pretty long drive so far. It'll be interesting to see who they go with at QB. Looks like they got another guy in there. Israel Reed, probably we'll see him later in the game, but switching off with another man.
Yep, looks like they've got it's like number 18 they've got in. Jackson Yates. Got him at the quarterback position, maybe for a direct snap. And he's at the quarterback. Left side, tipped up, almost a reception. Just went through the hands of 81.
That went through several hands.
Almost Cade Sams trying to get the catch there, but couldn't make it on 2nd and 9.
I like the idea, but multiple people bobbled that pass. When you're a quarterback, I don't think quarterbacks should be faulted with an interception when their player bobbles it like that. But so good pass, but you got to catch that if you're the receiver.
2nd and 10. Yates, right side, pass, caught. 20-yard line, good reception for Cade Sams. He connects this time, stopped at the 20-yard line for 3rd down and 2.
Going to be close to the first down line.
Yeah, very close, 2 yards short. They're now in the red zone. They have to get a first down to keep that red zone drive alive.
Yeah, exactly. And this has been one of the longest drives I've ever seen in an All-American or All-State game. But this is pure football right here.
Here's left side rush. It's Ashley again gets tripped up in the backfield. Gets the line of short of the line of scrimmage by a yard. Brilliant defensive stop, and now 4th down and 3.
That's what you call containment right there. Nobody gets to the outside. If you're going to kill us, you're going to kill us in the middle, but nobody goes outside. Great pursuit by the defensive end on that play.
So now 4th down and 3. This close, it looks like they're going to go for it. They may not have a field goal kicker on their team. Yates again in the backfield and movement. So not an offsides. It was close, and I believe they call a false start.
Number 55, 5-yard penalty.
55 of the offense, so that's a penalty on Darius Tolliver.
You got number 00. I've never seen that before in my life.
Not in football, at least. We've seen it in basketball before, but that's Micaiah Overton. That's Micaiah Overton, a senior out of Overton being a senior. If I'm looking at,
is he 00 throughout the season?
No, he was listed on here as 22.
I mean, if that was a thing, I would have loved to be 00.
Yeah, 6'5" outside linebacker from Bessemer Academy, and timeout called right before the end of the quarter, I think. Or there was time called on the field before the clock expired.
I think the clock just expired. I may be wrong.
Well, the officials are meeting in the middle. It's a little bit of confusion on the field here. Is this the end of the quarter? I mean, I think the teams are going to their meetings here.
It looks like there's a complete team change. Completely.
It looks like it. Maybe they're, I guess, are they going to have one untimed down here for the first quarter? Yep, one untimed down. The official giving his signal there. They're going to have one untimed down for the first quarter.
Well, what confuses me is why did both teams make a complete substitution?
I guess they wanted to try something really different. I'm just as confused as you are on that one, but one untimed down before we go into the second quarter. Fake handoff, looking for the pass. He's got pressure. Scrambles out of the tackle. Trip Carr staying on his feet, looking for some connection. He's going to take it up the middle, loses the football. It's picked up. Taken by 24 of the Stars. Matthew Richard takes it.
The third fumble of that first quarter. The quarterback made something out of nothing, but when he was being taken down, just lost the football. A good drive ended by a fumble.
Now officially the end of the first quarter, 3-0. The Stars lead over the Stripes in this NAAPS All-American 11-man football game. started the second quarter. Turnover on downs. Apologies for missing that one. There's a turnover on downs, and back in possession to the. It's back in possession to the. I believe the Stars here. Excuse me, the Stripes got in possession there. So they got a turnover on downs, I believe a fumble on the right side, and now first down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
That's fumble number 4 tonight, this afternoon. Got to get used to it.
Got to get used to calling afternoon stuff, man. So now a perfect opportunity here for the Stripes to score with the turnover. Handoff, Ashley. Gain of about 6 yards on the play, second down.
Man, he's just bulldozing through that defensive line. That was such a strong run up the middle. Gets him 5 yards, that much closer to the end zone.
So now second down inside the 10.
These Stripes coaches are really enjoying doing full position substitutions, getting guys in and out and keeping them fresh.
And you're right. You were right about what you said earlier. It's very rare you see a 0-0 in football. 0-0 Micah Overton. As it's a direct snap and handoff. Here goes number 7 diving! And you better bet I'm getting a replay on that one.
That wasn't a dive. That was a leap.
You talk about diving play. You talk about leaping plays to try and get to the end zone. That's called sacrifice. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's got everyone in this stadium, friend or foe, with their mouths open right now. Tremendous play.
3-point difference now. Potential to make it 4. Here's the Stripes. They've got their kicker number 23. Kicker number 23, it's good. 7-3. That's Jackson Stewart from Bessemer Academy. So 7-3. Kickoff here at 13:52. And we will have a return from the 14-yard line. Rush on the left, avoiding good tackles. 33-yard line. Big return for number 13 of the Stars. That was Isaiah Eppinger with the return.
It's time to see if the Stars can respond. They put up the first points on the board, but the Stripes have got the lead, and if they can respond here, they can flip the narrative right back. I feel like this game is going to remain close unless turnovers bar one of the teams.
Handoff up the middle. Right side down to the 35-yard line. So rush. That was Womack with the rush. Second down and 9. Left side pass, incomplete. was intended connection to 13. Looks like it was Isaiah Eppinger trying to get the catch, 3rd down.
And these pass attempts are coming out quick because this defensive rush is this pass rush is coming in very, very strong on the quarterback. It's snap the ball, step, step, step. You got to find your man or you're going to get sacked. He found his man, but just couldn't come away with it. It's tough coverage.
Third down and 9. Well, shovel pass, right side. Here's right side, wide open! McGee for the touchdown!
That's his second 60-plus run this afternoon. The first one was called back, but this one, no flags on the field. Big run by McGee.
McGee all the way to the end zone, 6 points on the board. And an interesting formation that we've seen done by the Indianapolis Colts before. Saw them try that on Sunday night.
It's to see how the defense lines up.
And they're going to go for a field goal here.
Number 28, Christian Rivera.
Christian Rivera lined up for the kick. 28, it is perfect. 10-7, a field goal separates these teams in the All-American game. .48 left to go in the second quarter here at the Rocky Top Sports Complex in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin of 8-Man Extreme, proud to call this 11-man game, our first time we've ever called an 11-man football game. And there's a war going on. Several flags. There's a little bit of strife going on between the 33s on the.
I love that you said that, Spencer.
Strife between the 33s. That's Josh Kelsey and James Ballinger with their collision. Otaga Academy and Noah Jaguars having a little bit of strife there.
And things just getting a little bit chippy. We can't hear everything that's being said down there on the field, but maybe something was said or happened that caused that little breakout.
We'll get the call from the official in just a little bit.
It's going to be interesting to see what they call here, as this is an exhibition game. What kind of precautions are taken?
They may offset the penalties here because I'm sure that's what's going to happen with the offsetting penalties.
Well, I didn't necessarily see what happened. I just saw the aftermath.
We got 2 fouls on the play. We got dead ball, personal foul, number 33. He's ejected on the blue team for punching. And we got a dead ball unsportsmanlike on number 9. Both dead ball penalties, both are offsetting. We'll start from the 20-yard line.
So Josh Kelsey is out. The Otaga Academy player has been ejected, And, of course, it is offsetting penalties for both 33s, but Kelsey is out. And for him to be out in an All-American game as well, that's got to hurt for the team.
Yes, certainly. And you know, when you get into an argument or you're scrapping like that, it is so easy to just wind up and sock them once. And that's how easy it is. That is the difference.
Excuse me, that's James Ballinger Jr. because he's on the blue team from the Stars. He's the one who got ejected. That's my apologies. That's Ballinger Jr. who got ejected. Kelsey was given the other personal foul on there. So Ballinger, of course, still out. But regardless of whoever was ejected, it's still damaging towards the team.
It's so easy to throw a punch once you're scuffling like that.
3rd down and 10.
They don't judge how much you wind up. You could jab somebody and get ejected. It's just high school rules. It's college rules, too.
Mm-hmm. It's NFL rules, too.
Yeah, no punches.
3rd down and 10. And, of course, the head referee having a discussion with the coach here. Likely talking about the ejection and what the situation was. So play resumes, 1st and 10. Here's Yates, right side, incomplete, tipped up, out of bounds.
Nearly picked.
It was close enough to be picked off there, but 2nd and 10, a lucky break for the Stripes.
Pass attempt is incomplete. 2nd down.
So on 2nd down and 10, Yates again in the backfield. I believe the Stripes are the one team that has 5 quarterbacks that were drafted to their team. Across the middle, almost intercepted. Could have been an interception for the Stars. Just a missed opportunity. I believe Max Copeland could have had the interception there. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and a lot of close interceptions in this one, and 4 fumbles so far. I believe all of them lost. That's not the recipe for success if you're either team.
It's the recipe for success for the defense to force those turnovers, but certainly not success for the offense. As Yates scrambles, avoids a tackle, right side, catch made at the 30. It's ruled down by contact. They rule it a catch.
Yep, I believe it was a catch.
They ruled it a catch. It was close. That's Isaiah Bellinger for the Stripes. Excuse me.
That's an unfortunate spot because they didn't give him the first. They may measure this.
Isaiah Eppinger getting the first down, potentially the first down there. Isaiah Eppinger from Community Christian, wide receiver at 5'7".
And quarterbacks coming in and out.
Just run it. Clock continues to run. Under 12 minutes left in the first half. 1st and 10. Here's Yates again. Pass right side. Completed pass. Brought down by the leg at the 31-yard line. Good catch there for Eppinger again.
Yeah, both defenses have been strong so far, forcing fumbles, causing losses. They've been wreaking havoc on the offenses. At some point, one offense is going to need to show that they're superior, and that's when one team's going to break out.
2nd down and 9. Yates in the backfield with Ashley. Pass left side. Caught at the 30-yard line and taken all the way to the 39.
A hard hit on that play.
Short of the first down. It's a good reception by C.J. Lyons.
And a hard hit by Copeland.
Yeah, Copeland getting the defensive stop there to prevent the first down. 1 yard short. The Stripes have some work to do.
You know, in a traditional game, you'd be looking for a recipe for success. That's the point of feeling out your opponent, finding their weaknesses. But because they have so many players that can rotate in, they're practically not losing anything by rotating. It really makes it much, much harder to game plan.
Handoff, right side. It's Ashley again. Can he get free? Forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Another strong run by Ashley. Bouncing to the outside, showing he's not just a power back, he's a speed back. He can run downhill or outside. On that play, runs outside, breaks free from the defense, leaves him in the dust, and a linebacker has to chase up and push him out of bounds.
It's a good chase by the linebacker to actually keep him from going all the way. A little bit of acceleration, and he could have been free to the end zone. 1st and 10. Timeout called by the Stripes. 9:51 left to go in the first half. 10-7, Stars lead by 3. First and 10. Stripes are into Stars territory. Yates again, scrambles. Right side, quarterback keep. Gets to the 43.
Quarterback keeper by number 18, Jackson Yates. Second down.
So now 2nd down and 6.
Both offenses are moving really melodically right now. Just mistakes on both sides, making the score as low as it is.
So now 9:43 left to go before the half. Yates again. Looking for the pass, finds it. Easy catch. Down to the 41-yard line. It's a catch made by 11 of the Stripes. Pacer Kincaid. Community Christian player to get just short of the first down by a few yards.
Yeah, I've been calling Community Christian a lot on these past couple of drives. Just players from that school have been showing out so far.
So now 3rd down and 3. Yates scrambles, takes it up the middle, slides down. Late hit.
No, I don't know about that one, Spencer.
Well, they're going to call it any time because he gave himself up with sliding down. We've seen how that's been enforced throughout.
So is the
levels.
linebacker supposed to give himself up by diving shoulder first?
I'm not
to the
saying
ground?
I agree with the rule. It's that any time you go after someone who slides down, they have to call it, regardless of how impactful it was or not.
Yeah. I get it. It just seems like
it's just sometimes it's one of those.
You have to give the defender a couple steps because when you're going full speed in a football game, he slid and the defender dove. If he
personal foul on the 15-yard first.
And now they have 15 yards because the defender couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah, you see it all the time in higher levels. You know, it's the question of maybe it should be a judgment call, but at the same time, it's also a matter of being consistent with the rule enforcement.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just one of those calls you think maybe just let the play settle itself, but
it just needs to change.
Yeah. Starts from the top. First and 10 on the 23-yard line.
I was going to get into a whole spill about it, but I just won't.
Pass on the left side. Catch. Touchdown. Gavin Best, the sophomore, with the reception. And the lead is to the Stripes.
The Stripes striking once again, getting the lead. This is a very, very back-and-forth game so far.
And now a field goal attempt here for the Stripes from 66, Ethan Lamoureux. It's good. 14-10. That makes it a touchdown scoring game. Kickoff return taken to the 34-yard line. First and 10 and another offensive opportunity for the Stars.
Once again, both offenses have had many opportunities so far. It's capitalizing that's been the problem. We only have 3 touchdowns on the board with 15-minute quarters, so we're 22 minutes into this game, essentially a half. Only 3 touchdowns on the board. That's because of the lackadaisical mistakes both offenses have been making and the defenses have been capitalizing on it. Let's see if they can change the pace of this game.
I'm glad you used that term, lackadaisical.
You know what? Fantastic. I try to use a new word every day.
Oh, yeah. Trying to use another word every day. Right side, toss across the middle to the tight end. It's caught! Big reception for the Stars. 89. Hunter Hicks all the way to the 20-yard line. Same number as Josh Austin. We saw a play like that resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah, I was having a throwback moment.
Throwback replay on that one, too. Right across the middle, needle and thread.
So Hicks is a guy coming into this game that I hadn't heard of before this weekend. And they put him in first play of the game at receiver. I said, what are they doing? Man, can that kid run. They should try to utilize him throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, Hunter Hicks, don't have his grade on here, but probably a
Look
senior.
at him at wideout. That is the single strangest thing I've seen all day. But it works, apparently. Biggest gain for this team so far.
Worked on that play. Stars try to do a rush. They're trying to get Patrick McGee on the left, but stuck at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and both offenses seem to be clicking when they're passing the ball. So let's see if they go to that more often. McGee did have a couple of big runs, though, so I don't think you can completely cut that out.
Just over 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Get positioned Jade Sykes, quarterback. Fakes the handoff, looking for something to do. Scrambles, he's got pressure, right side, incomplete. I don't think that made that past the line of scrimmage. He was outside of the pocket,
Yeah,
however.
he got outside of the pocket. For sure.
Multiple elements to the intentional grounding rule, but regardless, 3rd down and 10. So some of the fans down here not liking the no call on that, but he was out of the pocket.
He was almost out of bounds, it looked like.
It's one of those things where one of the fans out there would maybe say it needs to change. Quote a good broadcast.
Absolutely not. If you're rolling out of the pocket and about to get hit by a 6'6" linebacker, and you want to toss that thing out of bounds, be my guest.
Exactly.
You're not the quarterback anymore. You're a man running for his life.
Mm-hmm. And there's some.
You got to
movement by
protect
the
quarterbacks.
defense.
You have to protect quarterbacks like that.
Especially in all-star games like this. Right side. So right side reverse to the left. It's a rush by Cameron Chambers, the Tallulah Academy senior. It's to touch the ball there, and now 4th down and 6. Tough decision here for Scott Willis.
Yeah, but they've shown that they can make field goals, so I don't think there's even a question that they're bringing the unit out. It's going to be interesting to see how they kick it from this hash, though.
Stars.
They got a left-handed or the left-footed kicker kicking it from the left side, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Stars trying to make it a 1-point game. It's been interesting to see how they have not trusted their kicker. They've trusted him to make clutch field goals. No good. Wide left.
Yeah, that's a tough field goal to make. He's having to cross his left leg over to kick it field goal from the left hash.
14 to 10. Turnover on downs. They will switch sides of the ball here. 5:54 left to go in the second quarter. You know, for the first 11-man game that we've called together, I'm pretty sure the first 11-man game either of us have even been in the broadcast booth
I think you're right.
First 11-man game. We've seen some good things thus far. I mean, there's been some turnovers on both sides of the ball, and it's been a little bit more. It's been a little bit more of defense has been speaking in this game, just judging by the low score. But the fact that it's only within 4 points of each other, it's a lot closer than the 8-man game was to start off.
Well, definitely. The 8-man game only got close in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter. This one is shown. Oh, what a run.
Staying on his feet. That's the guy from the Stripes, Tay Cutler, the junior out of Watauga Academy.
Well, as I was saying, this one is bound to go down to the wire.
There's just something about most 11-man games that they're just more prone to go down to the wire. We didn't see that as much in Tennessee 11-man football this year. There were a good amount of blowouts in this regular season. But 11-man games they seem to be more prone to go down to the wire just because there's more guys on both sides that are more motivated.
Yeah, well, I would say the reason for that too is with 11-man, every team can play. With 8-man, you'll get a couple of schools that
could have gotten that catch sliding down.
With 8-man, you'll find a lot of differences in talent. Because there's not with most 8-man groups, there's not really divisions as much as or conferences that play each other. So for TSSAA, you're kind of ranked in the size of your school, and the team talent is pretty similar. But when it comes to 8-man, you're all together, and that's why you see a lot of blowouts with teams that just don't have it.
It's a lot of difficult dominoes and difficult things that have to happen for you to win a championship at any level of any sport. Especially in football, there's a lot of moving pieces that have to occur. Speaking of moving pieces, there's almost an interception. One hand from Bryce Tillotson could have gotten that pick, but
if he had 3 more inches on his vertical, he would have gotten it.
So incomplete and 4th down. Here comes the punt unit for the Stripes. They've got 0-0 punting it off for the Stripes. Micaiah Overton, Bessemer Academy native senior. He's punting it off to Trey Pusha, the senior. Trey Pouchet, the senior leader out of the great school of West Memphis Christian. And it goes high to the 46, and they'll stop it there. Chapman touching it down at the 46 in his own territory, and the Stars back on offense. Now, of course, the NAAPS, this is not if you are not already aware of what the NAAPS is, stands for the National Athletic Association of Private Schools, and they have plenty of other events that they put on. And, of course, thanks to all of you, all 225 of you watching here on YouTube, Spencer Thompson and Isaiah Austin from 8-Man Extreme, proud to be calling our first 11-man game. We called many great 8-man football games last several years together, more so in 2018 than 2017, but we've had our fair share of great broadcasts to call as goes out of bounds, or excuse me, the ball bounces out of bounds after an incomplete pass in bounds. 2nd down and 10. But, of course, the NAAPS, they have a lot of other great events. I know that you and I will be going to some basketball games and calling for some of those. Basketball, just a fantastic sport to watch. At least from what you've said, your favorite sport to watch, second to football.
Certainly.
And, of course, you even played both football and basketball, so you have experience on not only on the pain on the field, but the pain in the court.
Oh, definitely. They called me kamikaze because I just threw myself around and hurt myself. I got the Phoenix Award for getting a concussion and then going back in and taking a charge.
Could have been an interception there by Overton at the line. We've seen a lot more of that this year, at least in the NFL. That would be amazing. That reminds me of the Patriots game against Lighthouse Christian School in 2017, where there was a punt, and I want to say it was a player, Kobe Rojo, who just grabbed it when it was midair because it was a low line drive punt, grabbed it, ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, you see defensive linemen getting a lot more agile these days.
Especially getting that kind of reach on it. But yeah, we'll be calling several basketball events that the NAAPS will be putting on. Next week, they'll be making a joint announcement with a major television network. We'll be proud to We'll be proud to be the commentary voices of the NAAPS on television, the major network that they announce with next week. We're going to make our first television appearance with their next event that they got going on, Isaiah.
It's exciting.
A lot of exciting things going on for the NAAPS, not just in that deal, but I mean, even the exciting things we've seen from the 8-man football and the 11-man football game thus far, just the amount of great plays and great athletes. I mean, the whole weekend has been fantastic to get to know a good amount of these players and get to discussing with them. Here's 3rd down. Scramble up the middle. Gets to the 31st down. Great movement there. That's a 1st down for Ethan Connor from the Anderson Cavaliers getting that big 1st down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and another big run. 4 minutes left on the clock. Let's see if they keep running it to burn it out for the Stripes.
Still plenty of football left to play. Plenty of time left in the rest of the game. 4 minutes left to go in the half. Down to the 27. And fake. It's a direct snap. That fooled the defensive line. Down to the 15-yard line. A 1st down in the red zone.
That was an awesome play. That is a good center when you can make a snap that confidently as a direct snap that somebody's not under center. You know, it really is hard to do that for us. You don't find, most teams don't have a center that they're that confident in.
Yeah, to make a direct snap like that. Even at an all-star game, you could see every coach pulling out their stops. Must have seen something like that going on in practice, and added it into the All-Star playbook, or the All-American playbook, whichever way you want to call it. Shovel pass forward, right side. That was Bobby Payne on the rush. 3 minutes left. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door here with 3 minutes left.
From Thomas Stewart Academy. Second down.
If you're the Stars, you want the lead here before halftime, and you got a great opportunity to do it.
Second and 8. Man to each side. Man to each side of Connor. Fakes it, pass right side, can't make the catch. It was intended for 14. Jace Roberts, the junior from the Noah Jaguars.
He found his man, but just couldn't come up with it, and that's going to bring up second down. Should be third. Yep, third down. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah.
Third down.
Yeah, 7 yards to get the first down, but not caring as much about the first down here. Just wanting to drive it into the end zone.
Sure, the Stars don't want to settle for another field goal.
They'd rather take the lead and potentially have it tied at halftime than instead of the lead being increased at halftime. Left side, Connor.
It's going to be close.
I think short of the first down markers where they're going to spot him. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Leave the unit in. Leave it in.
Actually, 4th down and 2, and timeout called on the field. So the Stars will call a timeout with 2:07 left to go. 4-point lead for the Stripes in this All-American game. .207 left to go in the second. Once halftime comes up, we'll be giving our analysis of the first half, looking a little bit forward to the second half. It'll come up in about 3 minutes time. 3 minutes game time wise. So 4th down there. You said keep the unit on the field, and they heard you in the press box. 4th down and 2. Handoff. He's going to get stopped. The defense was expecting it. Turnover on downs.
Yeah. And for a team that's been doing a lot of trickery, a very simple play, but it doesn't pay off for them.
Now, of course, you still think they should have called that.
Oh,
was the right call to make.
No,
anyway. Take the risk.
3 points going into halftime in the same position that it wouldn't have made any sense. You made 3 trips to the red zone, 4 trips to the red zone. Actually, only 3 trips to the red zone and 3 field goals so far.
First down and 10 at the 7-yard line. Stripes take it over here.
Let's see how aggressive they are. I'm sure they're going to try to score on this one.
Exactly 2 minutes left to go. No 2-minute warning in high school. Deep pass, left side, overthrown.
He had him.
Micaiah Overton could have been gone on that play.
Pass attempt is incomplete. Second down.
He had just gotten a little bit on target. He had the speed past his cornerback on that one. Could have been completely gone.
Yeah, he had him beat for sure, but just slightly overthrown.
So now 2nd down and 10, ball on the 7-yard line. The Stripes are trying to get something going here. It's a handoff, left side. There's a push, several people going over the pile. That was a rush by number 6. That was Ashley getting the rush.
I'm sure they're going to try to pass it here.
Excuse me, Lontrell Diggs. Now, clock running down with 1:20 left to go.
I think they're letting the clock run just in case this play doesn't work. They've run so many different lineups.
They've done a lot of different line changes for sure. Feels like a hockey game with the amount of line changes as weave through. Voids has to get 4 men to tackle him. Takes 1, 2 missed tackles. 2 guys that finally tackle him at the 20-yard line. Stop the clock with 54 seconds left.
But they still got a long way to go.
Yep, timeout called by the Stripes. 54 seconds left to go in the half. .54 seconds left. Left side pass incomplete, intended for Ashley.
Pass attempt is incomplete.
Excuse me, that was intended for Diggs.
Just some miscommunication there, but they got plenty of time to drive this ball.
Now, 2nd down on the 20-yard line. Plenty of time. They still have 2 timeouts. Excuse me, they have 1 timeout left. They could potentially drive it down here to get their kicker in field goal range. That's if they want to settle for their field goal, set for the touchdown, obviously.
I think they want to score it.
.49 seconds left in the half. Left side pass, almost completed. Right through the hands of Pacer Kincaid. Community Christian Senior couldn't get the reception.
Once again, pass not right on the money, and it's a drop. We'll see what they elect to do here. You obviously don't want to give the ball to this Stars offense with time left on the clock.
Third down and 10. Handoff up the middle. It's a rush by Ashley. That visor, you can't see where he's looking, but he found his way to the 33-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, and a good run up the middle, but not really sure what. Okay, and they call a timeout. Oh, they're letting the clock go. Okay. Looks like they might take a shot here.
Actually, clock winding down, 25 seconds left to go, and they're going to go hurry up offense. Yates, right side, deep pass on the right. Incomplete. And many people wanting a pass interference call on that one. It looked like he may have been touching him before the play, but no call on that one, 2nd and 10.
I think it's a good no call. Let him play.
15 seconds left. So potentially maybe 2 or 3 plays left for him, depending on what they opt to do here. You take some deep shots to the end zone here, Isaiah?
No. I go to halftime.
Just since they
you have
couldn't
70
get that
yards to go. If you have the ability to march down the field this quickly, then why don't you just do it in the second half? This is a low-scoring game.
Timeout called, 15 seconds left to go. And again, at halftime, we will give our analysis of the first half, preview the second half just a little bit. Or Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin on call for this All-American game for the National Athletic Association of Private Schools. Special thank you to all 203 of you watching right now all across the nation. For those of you having viewing parties as well, we know that for the 8-man football game, we had about 5 schools that told us that they were having a viewing party. Hopefully you guys are all, wherever you are, we're glad you're with us here on YouTube. "15 seconds left." Of course, a timeout was called, so one of the teams not wanting to go to halftime just yet, and that's the the Stripes who called it. So what may be the last play of the half, and they're going to run it, do a reverse, and can't get off the pass. Just going to be a rush here to the 46-yard line. That was a nice rush by, I believe
they're running to the ball. They're trying to get this off.
They're trying to do one more. Final seconds wind down, and that will end the first half. They're running the play anyway, but 14-10 the score. The Stripes lead over the Stars at halftime. We'll be here for the halftime report. Let's go ahead and handle it right now. Partner Spencer Thompson and Isaiah Austin. 14-10. The Stripes lead over the Stars at halftime in this 11-man game. And obviously, it started out shaky for both teams. We had 4 turnovers total, and all of those fumbles or interceptions. Started out shaky for them. Mostly, there have been several lead changes throughout the game. But what's been interesting even more, of course, with that missed field goal, that could have made this a 1-point game. So obviously, very close here for both teams.
Yeah, and it's been a defensive-minded afternoon here. So both offenses having trouble. Offenses in turmoil in a way, not able to make full drives. Just highlight plays across the field are the only scoring plays. 4 fumbles lost by both teams by the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. It's just been sloppy. And hopefully both teams are going to be able to work that out at halftime, and we're going to see some scores on the board. Now, Stars, they obviously, as we said, could have been down by 1 point if they had made that field goal just wide to the left. And like you said, difficult on that hash mark for it to make anyway. But what is it that the Stars have to do to try and get back in this game and potentially win it? Take risks. Stop settling for field goals. They missed a field goal from that area that they went for it last time. I'm glad they went for it even though they didn't get it. Because if you get that 2 yards, you're essentially promised more than double a field goal amount of points in 7 points. So it's halftime, 14-10. The Stripes lead over the Stars. We'll be back in about 8.5 minutes for coverage of the second half.
Start of the second half for the National Athletic Association of Private Schools All-American game for 11-man football. 14-10, the Stripes led by Coach Bobby Carr of Watauga Academy, leading over the Stars led by Scott Willis of Georgia Force Christian. Spencer Thompson and Isaiah Austin here at the Rocky Top Sports Complex in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, on top of the Smoky Mountains.
We got holding on the receiving team, number 17.
Stripes, make some noise.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
Foul on the receiving team, the Stripes. They move it back from the original spot of recovery.
So far, we've seen a very, very dominantly defensive game. So it'll be which offense can step up will likely be the winner of this ball game.
Defense has been stellar on both sides with 4 turnovers forced total throughout the game. The big question is how can the offense step up to make sure that they put this game away. 4-point lead for the Stripes. Stars trying to fight back. The Stripes received the opening kickoff and start from their own 16. Take a rush to the left, avoiding several tackles, and gets down to the 26-yard line for forward progress. That is Justin Jones from Bessemer Academy, senior. 2 yards short for almost second in inches at this point. Looks about second in inches.
Yeah, they've really been relying on their run game so far. That's opened up the passing lanes for the Stripes, and they're going to be able to utilize that even more in the second half.
There's a handoff. That's Justin Jones again. Stopped for a loss of a yard. Third down and 2.
Expect to see another pass here, or another run here on third down, because a pass against this defense is tough. They've really clogged up the secondary, but on the flip side, the defense is certainly expecting run in this situation. Maybe try to do a play action, but we'll see what the offense does here.
Hand it off, up, goes to the right side, gets the first down. The 29-yard line. Just waiting for the chains to get set here. Team Stripes with another first down, trying to get down the field and potentially put this game away.
Yeah, and this game is in my opinion, it's going to come down to the wire based on the lack of scoring that's happened here. Who's going to step up? Who's going to show out for these scouts? It's probably going to be one of the running backs.
So far, the running backs have been a key part of this game, but like you said during the halftime report, as left side rush to about the 30-yard line. Carr getting a gain of about 5 for 2nd and 5, but like you said at the halftime report, Isaiah, I mean a lot of it has been highlight plays. It's what we mostly seen. There have been some great catches to go in the end zone, great attempts and everything, but the rushing game has really stood out on both sides as well. The teams are a really rush-heavy offense.
Yeah, and they've really been relying on the run, which surprises me because they have Trip Carr in there at quarterback. Trip Carr has a 71% completion rating on the season, 43 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. As he incompletes the pass there, but that's that's better than a 21-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So he is extremely accurate, extremely confident, and he's going to be a big piece for this team down the stretch.
Can't quite connect with Turner Payton on that one. 3rd down and 5. Again, Trip Carr, the senior out of Watauga Academy, which, of course, the schools that have the most representation having fantastic seasons. Or several schools like Watauga Academy, Bessemer, the Georgia Force Christian, as loss of several yards on the play for 4th down and 9. A lot of schools have put forth great players towards this. Of course, Grand Valley Christian sending Tayon Smith. A lot of different players being sent to the All-American game. 12:30 left in the 3rd.
And I'm surprised we didn't see more of this cramping going on in these first couple of games, because these guys just haven't played in a while. It's been really surprising how good shape the players have been.
Looks like they've made sure to get stretched out over the last few days. Or like you said, in the terms of the 8-man game, is the same thing here. These guys have kept themselves in shape and worked hard because they, probably because they knew they were going to be on the national stage.
Exactly.
There's an injury on the field. We'll step aside. Resuming here after the injury, getting looked at on the sideline. The Stripes punted away. Bouncing down to the 22-yard line. So Team Stars on the 1st down.
It's going to be interesting how the Stars come back, because they've had a lot of red zone trips but not a lot of red zone success. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can punch it in the end zone this time and get a lead.
Sun's starting to set here on the mountain. You can see a little bit of the sun shift. The sun shift since the start of the game. Getting towards sunset here in the Smokies. 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line is where they spot it. Moves his man over. 1st and 10. Right side. Toss. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play. Intended for Hillis. Excuse me. That was intended for Cody Hollis. Incomplete. 2nd down.
And this offense is going to need to find some success in the running game and the passing game. It's been much, much flatter than the Stripes so far this game.
Just not having as much on offense as their team would like to. Got 3 to the right, 1 on left. 2nd and 10. Shovel pass to the left. Immediately met by the defense.
He saw that the whole time.
Big play by 34 Braxton Allen, the junior, getting the rushing game for a loss.
Yeah, he saw right through that play. Toss it to the outside, to the back, but right as the back touched the ball. I'm surprised he didn't fumble it on that play. He got hit so hard, but I mean, everything wrong there except the play call. Or excuse me, everything right there except the play call. Held on to the ball, great tackle. Play wasn't right.
Now about 3rd down and 15. Right side. 24 stuffed by the defensive line.
This defense is tearing it up right now.
Matthew Richard unable to get past it. And you're right about that defensive line, just not letting anything get past him.
Yeah, they put this offense in a tough situation. Now they're going to have to punt facing their own end zone.
So now 4th down, of course, they have to punt it, as you said. Got 2 men back to receive this time. Of course, it's going to be a big factor timeout called by the Stars. It's going to be a big factor with the sun being in the eyes of the punt returners. It'll be interesting to see when we get back from this timeout. Punt after the timeout. They've still got 2 back to receive. That may be their backup there because of the sun being in the way. They've got 2 guys to hopefully be able to get the ball.
I think that it's because they want to return this for sure.
Well, of course, all players want to return it. Gets the catch there. Stopped at the 47-yard line. So now a 1st down for the Stripes. We'll, of course, see what they are able to do on offense, potentially trying to add more to their lead and to get more comfortable in their situation right now.
Yeah, and a score here would really, really be a big deal because both offenses have been a little bit flat, or maybe it's the defenses. I don't know. But a score here would give them a two touchdown advantage and set the tone for the rest of this game.
Pitch in the backfield to Ashley, right side. It's tripped up, loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. They actually spot for forward progress at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Israel Reed's in the ball game at quarterback. He's the guy who started him off. They should utilize him a little bit and get him involved because he's had such a strong season. This is a great opportunity for him to shine.
Left side pass, incomplete.
Looked like a floppy ball. Hard to catch.
Went through the hands of Lions. 9:33 left to go in the 3rd. Across the middle, incomplete.
Almost had that picked.
Could have been intercepted there by Trey. So, could have been intercepted there. 4th down and 10.
This secondary has shut down these passing lanes. There's really nowhere for Israel Reed to throw that ball.
So Reed trying to find all of his options there, and they're bringing in Carr, although it's 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it on the 45 instead of opting to try to get the punt inside of the 10.
Yeah, at some point you got to take a risk here.
And flag thrown. Looks like it's going to be a false start. So they bring it back for 4th and 6. Actually, 4th and 5. 15. 5 from the original first down marker.
They're still going for it.
They're still taking the risk here. Carr scrambling the pocket. Right side, gets the catch. Doesn't get the first down. Gets it down to the 37-yard line. The turnover on downs.
Yeah, I still like the play call, though. Just got right to the edge of the first down line.
Now 1st down and 10 for the Stars, trying to get their first lead of the second half, starting from their own 37. Down indicator says 2nd down, even though it should be 1st down. And
happen again.
The only difference was man was right next to him instead of forward. But 2nd down with a gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and both offenses wanting to run melodically, but it's just not working against this defense right now. First half run games were on, but right now both teams struggling to get anything going on offense.
Yeah, both teams unable to get the job done. 2nd and 7. Handoff, left side. Rush up the left side by Patrick McGee. Loss of a few yards on the play, 3rd and 9.
I say you continue to give it to McGee because he's had 2 60-plus yard runs. One of them was called back, but it really wouldn't have affected the play anyway. So he's been really dynamic in this game. He's definitely been their strongest back tonight. And in order for them to regain this lead, I think he's going to have to be a part of the mix.
Clock winding down as Ethan Connor pitches it. It's rush on the right. That's Patrick McGee, shoved out of bounds.
Nobody can seem to get yards in the second half.
7:32 left to go. It's just looking like they're all struggling on the offensive stances. 7:32 left to go in the 3rd. Now 4th down and 9. Going to bring out the punt team again. Punted high and far, out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And they've got a flag down, so we'll get the word from the official. See what he tells us here. He's waiting for the call.
I think the flag may have just gone out of his hand.
That's what it's looking like. Yeah, I think the flag just went out, or he may have used it to spot the ball. No penalty on the play. And the Stripes, right side. Rush, he's got an opening to the 41-yard line. It's a big rush by Justin Jones, and that'll move it forward for 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that's the type of offense they need. They need to get this run game working to open up the pass. Right now, with the run game not working to this point, the pass hasn't opened because the defense can just sit and commit to not commit to one or the other, just play well against both of them. But now, hopefully, they can show a little bit of a threat on the offensive end and get the defense to commit one or the other.
Here's another rush up the middle. First down and more. Down to the 44-yard line. Big rush for Justin Jones again.
And once again, Jones up the middle. He's making this defense pay for not committing to the run.
So now in Stars territory. Stripes driving down the field. There's a rush going up the middle to the 40-yard line.
Man.
Trip and over to the 36.
He's having a good drive so far. They need to continue to rely on him.
Giving a lot of touches on this drive to Justin Jones, the senior out of Bessemer Academy. Definitely one of the players that has been definitely in the running for offensive MVP in this game thus far. One of several.
Definitely. That's going to be a really interesting award because this has been a super defensive game so far.
Yeah, they do offensive, defensive, and Iron Man. Did that for the 8-man game. Likely going to do that for the 11-man game. Pass on the left by Yates. Incomplete. So, Overton was trying to go back and catch it, but slipped. There was a flag down in the backfield.
We got roughing the passer on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Both of us were looking at the other edge of the play, so we didn't even catch that one. So 15 yards and an automatic first down.
Yeah, this drive is moving. Let's see if they can capitalize on this red zone trip once they get there, if they do. But right on the edge now.
So roughing the passer, moves it 15 yards to the 23-yard line.
We'll see if they can capitalize this trip.
Handoff up the middle. And that's Ashley again trying to move the scrum. Can't get it forward.
Ball carrier by number 5, Darren Ashley. Second down.
Second down and 9. So attempted pass by Yates, left side, caught, ball loose, fumbled,
Once
and it's
again,
turned over. The Stripes get it.
can't capitalize in the red zone. They can go the length of the field, but once they hit the red zone, they're just not successful. 0 red zone touchdowns so far this game, and we've been playing for 40 minutes.
Under the new catch rules, that's a completed pass. He made a football move. Little shout out to our friends at the NFL for that one. A completed pass and fumbled there. Turned over. 1st and 10 for the Stars. Pass left side, catch, immediately met by his defender. Good catch there for the Stars, number 15, Cody Hollis, to get the reception there. Second down.
Hey, there is not enough to be said about these two defenses so far in this game. They both have played so strong against these offenses, and the offense that is able to break the defense is going to be the one that wins it unless, there is a chance we don't have another score on this board.
They may be a 0-score half, in all honesty, looking at the way that things have been going.
That was the first drive that there's been yardage, and they only marched about 30 yards and came up with the 5th fumble of the game in the red zone.
So under 19 minutes left to go in regulation. It's pushed for the first down and a little bit more to the 30-yard line.
Just blowing through the defense.
Push there by, looked like it was number 8 for the Stars, getting that Patrick McGee getting the push there.
And McGee has been fantastic in this one. He's been their workhorse. Probably nearing 100 yards.
Another one of the candidates for Offensive Player of the Game, but like you've said, it's been so defensive that it's going to be more competitive for the defensive award, even competitive for the offensive award as well, since some of the offensive moves have been from several different guys on both sides. Here's 27 getting to the 34-yard line. That's Mr. Seth McClure. So now 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6. The Stars trying to push downfield and respond to the first offensive drive with actual yards. It's a fake handoff, attempted pass around the middle, overthrown.
Oh, that should have been pass interference.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit of a shove-off there, intended for 85. It's intended for Garrett Helmers.
It's just so interesting that neither team can come up with a big gain. It's all these short plays, 5, 10 yards when they gain, never anything more. I think it just goes to show the talent that's on the field right now. You know, they're all so talented that they're just bumping against each other in a way. Teams are very, very equal. They picked correctly for this game.
Pass right side, Chambers. It's to the right, Cameron Chambers gets it to the 43-yard line. First down for the Stars. Just marching down the field and trying to get another thing going on offense.
Yeah, and they're driving here, but this clock has just been running nonstop. This is the first time I've seen it stopped in a few minutes.
First and 10. Scrambles. Left side, pass overthrown.
Another pass just slightly overthrown.
Intended for Chambers, incomplete. It's just the minute details and the slight overthrows in this game that have really made it what it is.
Yeah, really. And, you know, if both quarterbacks' accuracy were on, or all the quarterbacks' accuracy was on today, like we've seen throughout the season. Of course, they haven't played in a couple months, but we could see an entirely different ball game than what we're seeing right now.
Here's a handoff. Just gets McClure unable to get past 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 9.
It's going to be an important conversion here. They're finally putting a drive together. Can they capitalize or not? We're about to find out.
So now 3rd down and 9. Pass right side, Chambers again. Gets to the 50, pushing through that defense to stay on his feet. The whole defensive secondary had to go back and get him. Big first down for Chambers.
That has to be infuriating for a defender. The receiver catches the pass 5 yards from the first down line and just shoves his way in. Great effort by Chambers.
Chambers with a fantastic catch and a great push to get it into enemy territory. First down at the 46.
Finally knocking down in opponent territory. Let's see if they can get it into the red zone and make something happen.
Looking to push it downfield, potentially in the red zone with 45 seconds left in the third. Handoff, left side to the 48-yard line. Loss of 2 yards in the play, 2nd and 12.
This almost feels like a bowl game with how hard that both teams are working right now. You don't usually see this kind of effort in a game like this, but I'm glad that the guys are fighting for their last game, some of them, and taking this as an opportunity, not just another game.
A lot of course, every senior enjoying this last game, especially on a national scale. Potential to start out the new year right, especially with a lot of college scouts looking over this game. And the clock expires for the third quarter. Right side pass. And Ray gets stopped at the 42-yard line. End of the third quarter. It's 15 minutes left in regulation. Same score from halftime, 14-10. The Stripes lead over the Stars in the National Athletic Association of Private Schools All-American 11-man football game. "15 minutes left in regulation for this All-American football game. Spencer Thompson, Isaiah Austin, proud to represent 8-Man Extreme, be on call for this one for our first 11-man game. It's been a great one thus far, and 15 minutes coming down to the wire. There's a lot of motion on the play for this one. Sides of the field flipped. 3rd down and 5 for Team Stars. Right side. Looking for the pass. Pressured. Ball is loose and recovered by the Stripes.
That's fumble number 6.
6 turnovers in the game based on fumbles. And just one of those moments that you can't make in a clutch situation like this.
Exactly, and it looked like he was hit from the blind side, and that's what caused the fumble.
Yep, hit from the blind side as he was in the throwing motion. Replay showed it fully well. Now, only 8 seconds in the quarter, and it's a turnover. The Stripes are going to march back down the field. Ball handed off, right side rush. And flag thrown, forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Ball carried by number 17 for Ross County Cutler.
That was Cutler with the rush. Ferrante Cutler with the rush, but we do have a flag on the field. I think they will bring this back. It's a holding on the offense.
Man, just when one offense gets something good going, it's neglected by something, a mistake.
Still first down.
0. First down.
So they call it on on 00, so that penalty on Overton for the holding takes the big rush off of the board.
Yeah, and as I was saying, every time a good thing happens for an offense, it's neglected by a mistake. And, you know, they're going to need to fix these little issues quick if they're going to be able to pull this one out.
Right side. Attempted rush up the middle by Justin Jones. Gets tripped up in the backfield. Second down. Stays at the line of scrimmage. About second down and... About second down and 17. Attempted pass deep in the middle of the field. Overthrown. We mentioned overthrown passes. That's what we've been seeing a good amount today.
Yeah, that was definitely overthrown. But they keep finding their guys on these deep routes. The receivers outrun the corners, but the ball just overthrown once again.
.52 left in the game. Third down and 17.
And for 15-minute quarters, I think we expected a little higher scoring of a game.
We haven't seen that much, especially in the 11-man. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Not overthrown his receiver that time. Big catch by Barry Womack. Good reception and first down for the Stripes.
They found a hole in the defense. That's one of the first times this game they have. And just catches it, simple throw and catch, and able to push for about 15 or 20 yards in the gain.
So now first down and 10 on the 36-yard line as Stripes are trying to get another score on the board. Here's left side. Catch. Big hit by the defender.
And that, Spencer, is the type of hit that makes moms not want to let their kids play football. That was a hard hit.
Mm-hmm. Second and 11 with that tackle in the backfield. Scramble. Left side rush for the quarterback. First down and more at the 24-yard line, just outside the red zone. Trip Carr with the rush.
Trip Carr back in the ball game to make things happen. Had a pretty good first half, but defense stopped him up a lot. Right now, getting to show his speed. He's got a really, really strong arm, really strong legs, and has been statistically one of the best quarterbacks in private school history.
So now first down and 10, spotted on the 25-yard line. Deep pass by Carr up the middle, touchdown!
And just a simple fake handoff, drops back and finds his man. It's as simple as it gets, but they needed that. Trip Carr, what a great ball. Just found his man right in between the seam of the defense.
Now a 20-10 lead. Stars are in trouble if this two-point conversion is up.
Well, I think they're going to keep the field goal here.
Well, even an 11-point lead, they're still in trouble regardless. It's a two-possession game.
With the way their offense is playing, it's going to be a long night.
It'll be a long bus ride home or a long car ride home for them. And the kick is good. 21-10, the Stripes lead over the Stars by 11. .26 left to go in the game, 21-10. Catch made at the 6-yard line. Reception. Rush across the middle down to the 24-yard line. And we'll see Team Stars try to get something going on offense.
This drive here might decide the game, especially with the clock running, downhill running that both teams are doing. It's going to be important for them to get points on the board during this drive, or this game might get out of reach. Again, it's not time to panic. Keep going back to what you know. Continue doing what's working, and don't panic.
First and 10. Cross the middle, incomplete. Thrown just to the right of Hollis. Takes a few seconds off of the board.
Just overthrew his man, but I felt like we've been saying that all night.
That's been the story of the game.
Yep.
Story of the game by far. And, you know, you said it earlier. It's mostly in part to, you know, not enough time to build chemistry with the guys. You're not with your same people to know that chemistry, to know where they're going to be. It's been a big tribute to that as there's a catch on the left down to the 32-yard line. Big catch made. That's 23. They give that one to Jackson Stewart.
Hey, you can't underthrow that one.
It's actually Bobby Payne of Team Stars getting the catch there. 3rd down and 2.
It's an important 3rd down. The clock's running. They're almost down to 11 minutes. They got 2 touchdowns to score.
It's one of the many important 3rd downs they may face on this drive. Handoff, middle, trying to go to the left, gets down to the 1st down marker, gets it there, move the chains.
Just keep up the offense that you're running here. Trust your defense to get the stop because, well, they've only given up 3 touchdowns all game. But your offense, if your offense is stale, then that is going to mess up the rest of the game for you. As in, your defense is not going to be able to do anything if you can't put those 2 touchdowns up on the board.
Ball on the 37-yard line, 11 minutes left. Here's they done it again. The fake direct snap, and that one given to to Patrick McGee. Now for a 2nd down and 4. The clock is winding down faster than it has felt like it's been, going down to 10.5. Especially winding down faster on Team Stars because they're realizing they're down by 11.
Yeah, definitely. And McGee is going to be the reason why they would win this game. They're going to need to continue giving him the ball because he is being productive for this team so far.
Muff the snap a little bit there, and it costs him being brought down to the backfield. That's a big sack for Dejan Darden. Chambers Academy producing a senior to get the blitz on that one.
Yeah, and that is a blow to this offense's drive. They're almost right back to where they started.
3rd and 13. Right side pass, caught at the 39-yard line. Be for a 4th down and 7.
And I think you go for it in this situation. It looks like they're bringing on the punt unit, but I don't know about that. They can't stop this offense at this point.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop them to this point. It would seem more like a punt may be the better option. Punted away, almost blocked. And goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Solid punt.
It's 1st down, Team Stars. Team Stripes. That's the first down.
First down and 10 on the 24-yard line for Team Stripes. 8:44 left to go in the All-American game. This Team Stripes is trying to close it out. May just take a good amount of rushing here to try and wind it down.
Oh, I'm sure they'll go to the run on this one. But they're going to pass if they feel like their drive is in jeopardy.
And they don't feel like it on this one. Rush to the right. Goes Team Stripes outside, down to the 29-yard line. That's Fernande Cutler on the rush. So now 2nd down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play 2nd and 3rd downs on this drive. Of course, you want to keep the ball in your possession, but is it worth stopping the clock?
So 8 minutes left to go and winding down. Right side, caught. Ippinger with the reception. Out of bounds for third down at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd down with the clock stopped. It's very, very important that the Stripes get the 1st down here if they're wanting to run this clock out.
Pass deep on the right side, intended, incomplete. That was intended for Gavin Bess. Incomplete and 4th down.
Well, yeah, they didn't take much time off the clock, and here they're going to give the ball right back to the Stars. Stars' offense has been pretty stagnant, but they're one big play away from being right back in this ball game.
Fourth down and 5. And the Stripes will punt it away. Only one man back to receive for the Stars. And that's Pasha. Trying to rush it, gets brought down. Negative return yards on that 38-yard line.
And that was great pursuit by looking for the name.
That was didn't see who that went to pursue him there, but went to pursue.
It was like Josh Kelsey.
Kelsey causing negative return yards on that. 7:26 left in the game. Sun about to fully set here on top of the mountain in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at the Rocky Top Sports Complex.
Has to be hard for these guys to see.
Yeah, to see the sun, especially for the seniors, the sun set on their high school career of football, especially as it starts the sun setting as it's incomplete. Incomplete for second down. I mean, especially for you as a senior, as a football player, I can imagine what it felt like for that final game that you had that you had with Franklin Classical. It's just always a nostalgic feeling.
I will say
back through everything.
I will say it's fun for the night. Mm-hmm. The next day, not going to be as fun.
No. Second down and 10. And movement offsides on the defense.
You got it on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
They move it forward for 2nd and 5. It's moments like that I'm reminded of the call by the great and retired Ed Hockley in Hawaii during a game. About 2 minutes left to go in the first half of the Pro Bowl. Gets on mic and goes, "Yes, there are penalties in the Pro Bowl." It's the same thing with this. Yes, there are penalties in the All-American game. Second down and 5. Pass on the left.
There he is again.
Not even getting past the line of scrimmage.
Josh Kelsey again.
Kelsey bringing him down. Kelsey bringing down Barry Womack. Down, 3rd down and 10.
He's single-handedly making this difficult on him.
So now 3rd down and 10. All on the 38-yard line. As the Stars are trying to get something going here on what's most of these players' seniors' last game of their high school career. Scramble. Right side ball tipped up, still caught by his receiver. And he's trying to reverse around and make something out of it. He's going to get something out of it to the left side. Tries hurdling a player. Steps him there. Oh, my gosh. If you've ever heard the sound dun-na-na, dun-na-na, that's a moment you'd have it right there. You paid 2 bits for this game. You got it.
I got to see that on film. I don't see what exactly happened here.
Just
my gosh.
Tried stepping over his shoulder
did he jump
pad.
him or not? Jeez.
You paid 2 bits to get into this game. You got your 2 bits worth.
Nothing but net.
But there is a flag. They may have called it on that one.
Do you want to?
Hang on.
I think he made the announcement, but it didn't fully transfer. I'm not sure what they call for the penalty. It may be because of that hurdle that it touched the player with it. That probably was the penalty. That's probably what happened. But this moment, you're going to see however much somebody's going to submit it to ESPN. Even if it was a penalty, somebody's going to submit that to ESPN, I'm sure.
I'm not exactly sure what the penalty is supposed to be on.
I think he made the announcement. It may have been for the contact, because when you hurdle, you can't touch the person at all with your legs or anything.
What about your...
So they did call a personal foul for that. And they moved it back for 3rd down and 14.
Well, that hurdle got him 3 extra yards.
Okay. Got him 3 extra yards, but then moved him back. 3rd and 14.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can convert here.
Well, snap, deep toss, left side. Incomplete. Hands on each other there. Are they going to call a pass? I think this is defensive or offensive.
Definitely defensive. The defensive player was in front of the offensive player the whole time, and when the offensive player tried to move around, he couldn't because his jersey was being held.
So they're going to call this offensive, place it at the spot of the foul.
They actually only do that in the NFL.
That's right. It's NFL only. And so they'll move it up for 15 yards. Give that an automatic 1st down to the Stars.
The defense from the spot of foul. 1st down.
Did they say it was?
He said, I heard him say spot of the foul. It went in and out on the six.
So they're redoing 3rd down. It should be an automatic 1st. There we go.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yep. From the spot. Oh.
Yep, they're going to make it
1st and
15
10.
yards.
1st and 10 with the 15-yard penalty on the 49-yard line.
Correction. That'll give Team Stars a 1st down.
Parents are a bit upset with that.
Yeah,
with that call.
Yeah, we've heard some very enthusiastic fans, offsides defense. We've heard some very enthusiastic fans throughout both of these games. Some people,
Oh yeah, and to a point where, parents get emotional in these kind of games, no matter what kind of game it is. But Spencer, you and I both know that was the right call.
right. We're just staring right down at the 50-yard line from our press box view.
It might be hard to see from the stands, but that was more than the right call.
1st and 5. Right side pass. Had to dip down to get that one. About 2nd down and 1. They may spot the ball at the indicator. Looks like they will. May have to bring out the chains here.
That surprises me that is a generous spot, and they're going to move the chains here.
They do move the chains. This is close enough. First and 10 on the 41. Left side.
Whoa.
Brilliant catch.
What a catch.
It's one of those shames where in high school the rule is no matter if you're contacted or not, you're down. Because if he had grabbed that ball, if it were NFL rules, he could have gotten up and ran for a touchdown. That's a brilliant catch that we just saw. Left side. Had to dive for that one.
They really chopped up that zone. That was incredible. That was a risky throw. If he wouldn't have gone into the flats and the linebacker dropped into the middle, that could have been an interception.
Very easily, and
it's coming back.
False start, 5 yards back.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
Still second down.
Still second down. It's now second down and 7. Resume the clock. Under 5 minutes left to go in this 11-man All-American game for the NAAPS. On top of the Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg. 2nd and 7. Connor scrambles, finds an opening in the middle. He's going to take it short of the first down.
This is the best this offense has looked in a long time. Looks like they got a lineup they can work with.
Do they get out the measurements here? 3rd down and short. Maybe about 3rd down in inches. Stars trying to drive down here. They've got a decent amount of time to try and make a comeback here, but do you think they score quick here, or do they have a little bit of cushion to get their next points?
I think they got to score quick. They don't have cushion at all. They don't even have all their timeouts.
Not at this phase in the game. Right side, intended pass incomplete.
Could have been picked.
Yeah, the easy chance for a pick. 4 minutes left on 4th down. This could very much make or break the game.
Yeah, I think we're looking at the game right here.
Fourth down in inches. They're going to go for it here. Essentially a must go for. And direct snap, they get the first down.
That's all they needed, though. One yard.
They just needed a few inches on that one. 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line.
First down, Team Stars.
And it was interesting for the 8-man game. It seemed like everybody was over here, but the bleachers seemed divided here.
Yeah, they've got division in them for sure. I'm not denying that.
Seems like Stars are over there and Stripes are here.
First and 10. And false start. They move back 5 yards.
False start, called on the
Remain first down.
first down.
Now 1st down and 15. Clock continuing to run. It's about 3 minutes left to go. So 1st and 15, the drive and game is still alive for the Stars if they can get something going here. So rush up the middle to the left.
Man, this clock is really ticking on them right now. This type of offense isn't going to cut it if they're trying to score quick.
Ethan Connor on the rush. Back to 2nd down and 13. Second down and 13. Right side looks for the pass. Incomplete. Good coverage. And a flag thrown. Looked like obviously the Stars bench was looking for a pass interference call.
Well, I think they're going to
here.
call pass interference, but it's tough to tell from this angle.
Yeah, from this perspective up here, hard to tell. And the parents not liking that one.
A little protest happening from the sideline.
Ball was tipped before he touched it, so disregard the flag.
Wave flag. The ball was tipped before the foul. So they lifted up the flag. Do you think a good no call on that one?
I didn't see it close enough to be able to tell. I didn't see that the ball was tipped.
Third down and 13. 2:04 left here in Gatlinburg. Pitch to the right. There's a rush on the right. Gain of about a 2-yard. Make that a 2-yard gain from the original first down marker. So that's a 5-yard total gain. Make that 4 for 2nd and 9, or 3rd and 9 as soon as they switch the down indicator.
And this is the game right here. It's 4th down.
4th and 9. They were in this situation beforehand, except they had a little less to go to get a first down. And they're going to go for a field goal here. Or a timeout called by the Stars with 1:06 left to go. I can understand why they're going for a field goal here.
No.
I know you wouldn't agree with it, but you got to look at at least from the coach's standpoint, it's that they're down by 10, or excuse me, down by 11. They got to get that field goal so they can at least get the touchdown and have a chance for a 2-point conversion.
You missed a 30-yarder. This is a 46-yarder.
That is
you are
true.
going to kick a field goal and then get the onside kick, score a touchdown, and get the 2-point conversion, or go for it here and try to make it a little bit easier on yourself.
That is true. I can understand. I can understand what they're thinking in that regard, but I'm not sure why they distinctly choose that. Of course, we got 1:06 left. So they're going for the field goal. But again, you're right. This is the game. They missed a 30-yarder. Comes down to a 40. They fake it. Looking for the pass across the middle. Incomplete. And no flags. No flags at all. And
that is a disastrous no call.
We'll get the replay on this one. So right there. As soon as it plays for us, right there.
No, that is a disastrous no call.
A lot of protests from the sideline, of course, and the players asking some of the officials about why there was no call.
They have the right to be upset.
.59 seconds left, and even the coaches are asking about it being a no call. But regardless, it will be a turnover on downs.
And this game is over.
Yep. So the Stripes are going to beat the Stars 21-10, barring any and a flag, I believe, is either a sideline warning or unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be a sideline warning, it looks like, by the motion from the side judge. Officials are conferring.
Unsportsmanlike. Blue team, 15 yards.
So unsportsmanlike called on the Stars. So they move it up further to the 43-yard line. Doesn't change the outcome of the game.
The only reason they would even hand the ball off here would be to get people experience. They're in victory formation.
And they will have one more knee to go after this one. It was a hard-fought game regardless. Both of these teams gave it their all, especially with it being the final game of their seniors' career.
Definitely. And, you know, the ending's unfortunate. We didn't get to see a game go down to the wire, but we actually got to see victory formation at the end of it. But both teams fought hard. Big plays from both teams, and there are going to be memories from this game that these players are going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Especially on the national stage. The 2019 National Athletic Association of Private Schools has the team led by Bobby Carr. Team Stripes win 21-10 over the Team Stars, led by Scott Willis. That will do it here from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. They're going to have the award presentations in a little bit for offensive, defensive, and Ironman. We'll bring that to you, and then we will sign off from Gatlinburg. We'll be back in just a moment. He's got the plaques ready to go, and more than a moment, actually. So Peter at the middle of the field waiting for their handshakes and such. I believe they will present the awards once that is concluded. The offensive MVP is announced by James Shannon here.
This is number 8, Patrick McGee from Escambia Academy.
Patrick McGee, Escambia Academy, winning the Offensive Player of the Game.
Your defensive MVP.
Defensive MVP
From Bishop Kenny High School.
from Bishop Kenny High School,
Godwin.
John Godwin. And then the Ironman Award. They gave it in the 8-man game, but it doesn't look like they will give it in the 11-man game. So that'll wrap it up here from Gatlinburg. The 11-man and 8-man All-American games are over. That wraps up that wraps it up for this year. On behalf of Isaiah, Austin, and the National Athletic Association of Private Schools, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you. We will see you for a future NAAPS event. Again, I'm Spencer Tomset. Thank you, and be sure to look out for their announcement next week, the Major Sports Network, for NAAPS events. Thank you, everyone.